What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Does your 6.7 Powerstroke AC compressor, does it look like that? Does the front nose of it look like that? If it does, friends, followers, you are gonna need an AC compressor. Follow this video tonight. I'm gonna show you how to successfully replace your AC compressor on your Powerstroke. All right, guys, let's check this out. What is going on, everybody? Thanks so much for coming back, checking us out. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. We are going to be talking about replacing the AC compressor on that one. She's a 2012 and has over 100K on it. And from 11 to current model year, these AC compressors are in the same exact spot. They, for the most part, look the same. Going to be different part numbers getting into the Aluma-Duties, but for the most part, they are identical. Now, if you're wondering where that AC compressor is, well, let me get underneath. I'll give you a little better shot. The AC compressor is on the passenger side of the engine, attached to the bottom of the block. Now, if you guys can visually see that, there you go. That's a better shot. There's three 10 mil long bolts that hold the AC compressor on. You can see them. It looks like they go into the front cover. It is has the belt driving it. This is a double ribbed belt. The earlier trucks that had dual alternator had the double ribbed belt. But right now, this is what you'd be looking at. And what I usually do is I pull the AC compressor out through here. So what I've already done is I've gone ahead and removed the air filter and everything upstairs. It's not that big of a deal to do that. You guys have done that, have seen me do it. But while you're down here, I want you to zip out this 15 mil bolt, and I want you to position this shock absorber up out of your way. Move it completely to the driver's side. You can kind of swing it out of the way. That will allow you to get perfect access to the bolts and access for the AC compressor to just come right out. So here it is without the air filter. You guys have already saw that shot, but right now we're going for the belt tensioner. This does have a cattle pusher on the front. Let's see if we can get a better view of it. There it is right there. We're going to use whatever tool you guys can get. I'm going to use a belt tool. You can use a 3/8 ratchet if you can find one big enough, but we need to take the tension off the belt, and that is what I'm going to try to do right now so that we can take the AC compressor off. Now, you will have to be mindful if your truck either has a hole in the AC system and has not had a charge for a while, or you are going to have to evacuate it because you can't just let this stuff go out to the atmosphere. So I would advise you guys to either get it evacuated, then do your repair so that you can properly recover all the refrigerant. This is my belt tool that I'm going to use. I got this from Cornwell. Had a bunch of different bits that I could put in, but here is the tensioner. See how far we have to index it. I don't think I'm on it. Give it a little twist. I think we got it, this one. There we go. All right, so I got to go down. So I need to switch my tool. Okay, we're still in. See if I can get one more click out of it. Yep. All right, so I'm going to be pushing down to relieve the tension on the belt. I need another hand here. All right, so I've gotten the belt off. The secondary water pump and the AC compressor is kind of falling off of the tensioner. You can see it barely in there, but I'm just going to take off what I need. I'm just going to try to swing the belt in front of the AC compressor, try to get it up out of my way. I don't want to be inhibited from getting that out of the engine bay from below. I see it coming off the tensioner. I'm just gonna grab it before it falls. There we go. Okay, I like the way that belt's sitting now. All right, well, I have already went ahead and we have the AC charge already out. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the electrical connector. Sometimes that plastic and rubber will stay in here, so just kind of be mindful of when you go and pull that out. You have two AC lines, and you got two ways you can do it. Either you can go through here. There is a trim clip holding harness onto one of the studs of, there we go, I'll show you right here. It's got like a little tower. Let me pull this off so I can bring the harness around and show you. See the tether down here right there? That's on one of the studs for the AC lines on the compressor, so you want to make sure to pop that off. I made a video of this a while ago, probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and I just I have it set to private. I thought it was kind of goofy. I was all over the place. I didn't like how I had did it, so I had just kind of put it on private. But I thought, I've been doing a lot of these lately, so I thought that I've been might as well get a new video up. I think you guys probably would have to deal with AC problems as well, so why not get a video up? So I think what I am going to do is I'm going to go through the wheel well. This wheel well kind of deflects out of the way. You can choose to take it out if you want, but you can see the, where are they? There's 113, and you can see the other one right behind it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here with these nuts off, and I'll show you the setup that I used. I'm just not going to be able to film it because I can't do both at the same time. That first bolt that I want you guys to get is the outside one on the compressor, and I was able to get on the outside of the compressor, I was able to get my 3/8 13 wobble medium deep, and was able to use my impact, and I pulled it actually right out. So the nut didn't come out, the nut didn't come off, but the stud and nut came out of the compressor together. So unfortunately, because this line's on, I don't want to drain the coolant. I'm gonna have to just ratchet wrench, or I'll use my medium deeps right here, which is a 13, and I'll put this down on a hand ratchet and get this last nut out right here. All right, that one came right out. Well, not right out, but it broke loose. This one, all right, this one wound up coming right out, or I should say breaking loose. I'm just taking the nut off for the last threads. Okay, come on, fall into my hand. Got it. All right, got that last nut. I'll show you, these two lines are really no big deal. You just pop up off of them, and depending or not, this one was under vacuum because I had to remove the charge, but if you don't, that is going to be chooching all over yous, and I'd hate for you guys to have a nasty mess all over. Alright, so this line right here, you got a choice if you want to have this in your way or leave it down in there. Depends on your configuration of your truck, but I'm gonna opt for it not being in my way. Alright, line is out of my way. This one is no big deal. We'll put that on top of the coolant line, and you guys can literally see the AC compressor right there, just behind everything. I mean, we haven't really been working on it that long, and I'm just trying to illustrate to you guys, if you're doing this at home, I don't want you to fret. It's really not that big of a deal. Find a way to evacuate your AC system safely, and just put the frickin' AC compressor on. It's really a no-brainer. If the front of your compressor looks like this, it's time for an AC compressor. It's just more cost-effective to just replace the whole kit and caboodle. And don't forget, when you buy Motorcraft parts over the counter, you have a 2-year unlimited mileage warranty. So that's definitely a plus. I think I have busted this bolt loose up here before, but I am going to try to just use all my tools downstairs and show you how to take the AC compressor out down there. Alright, here we are. I have removed the steering stabilizer from my working area, and look how much more wide open that leaves me for the AC compressor. Look at that. Much better. So these are all 3 10 mils. I'm gonna go for the 3/8 drive. I'm gonna get a wobbly do on that, and I'll take that one out first. Always take your hardest one out first, and then I'll be able to support this while I rip out these last 2 and support the compressor as I maneuver and pull it down from here. My first tool, this is the setup I'm going to use to get the hardest one out. I don't like that angle, but I'm going to see what we can work with. Okay, we got it loose. I don't know how far out we're going to be able to pull it. That one I think is going to stay in because it's going to be too long. I haven't done one of these in a while, but I believe, yeah, one of these will stay. So I'm going to push, actually, let's see. I'm going to tighten it so I can pull my freaking socket off. Then I'll loosen it. See it getting the frame. So you know what I'll do is, why don't you guys screw it in just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna rip these 2 out. Now I'll have the AC compressor hanging, which that's gonna be no problem because I'll have a bolt in here. All right, I'll rip these 2 out. Some corrosion. See, the AC compressor just kind of wanted to fall, and look, it's hanging right there. Look at that. Freaking awesome. Now the trick is going to be getting the compressor out. Now, we are dealing with an aluminum housinged AC compressor and a steel bolt. A little corrosion, oxidation. Alright, let's see if we can do this one-handed. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. Giving it a little. Let's put it back in its. Let's pull it back in. Stella got her groove back. She's back in the groove. I'm in my groove. Bolt's coming out freehand, and she's loose. And the compressor's coming down. Look at that, fellas. Here it is. Ain't even touched the ground yet. Right here, right hot off the press. You guys can see the difference now between the 2. Look how nasty that is. Ooh. I've seen a lot of these come in and rubber just thrown everywhere. Shrapnel. And then here's the new one, all nice and clean and ready to work and play. First thing we do when we get a new compressor, they come with oil, but my mentor always told me to always put a half a can of oil in. The cans we get from Motorcraft are 7 ounces. Half a can, that would be 3.5 ounces. So I've already done an AC job, which I had half of a can left, and I'm going to pour that half of a can into my new compressor. Put it all in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get you some. Looking like money, dude. And then put your caps back on. Put the low on, put the high on. And we'll just give that a snug. We're not going to be using any tools. Now we want to prepare ourselves for installation. This bolt was left in here. I'm going to pull that bolt out and put that bolt in. And we're going to try to put this compressor back up like Captain Hook. Look at all the slime that it had actually been wearing on and actually failing. Just you probably never knew yet. But here's the new compressor, fellas. Just going back in, hopefully the same way she came out. that actually went in way better than it came out. I feel it's on its stud. Oh, I need to scoot more underneath the truck. Okay. We're screwing it in. She's getting wonky. Just like Donut says, you got a wonky tire. Okay. She's either gonna fall on my face or she's gonna stay. She's staying. That's good. Swing this in. You guys are like, oh, it's gonna fall right now. Ah! No, we good. We good. We're gonna draw this in because the compressor has studs on it that are gonna center it into the front cover. You can see how it's kind of sitting in there now. So what we'll do is we'll get close, and then we'll get it in its groove. Okay. Oh, my socket's stuck. No biggie. All right, on this guy here, we gotta put the extension. Get this on. Get this on. Get this on. All right, she's tight. The compressor is on. I like it. Now, what you could do since you're down here, before you put the steering stabilizer back on, is you could try to work your belt back around the AC compressor, because I kind of slid mine up into the belt area, so it was out of my working environment. She's caught on the fan. I'll have to go back upstairs, but that's about it. I'm going to put the steering stabilizer on now so I don't have to come back down here, and then I'll meet you guys back upstairs. We're back upstairs, and I got the belt on the AC compressor, and I got it on the tensioner. Oh, it needs to be moved over just a smidge. Let me stick my paw down in here and shimmy that right on over. Okay, she's on good there, and I'm gonna go ahead and just put the belt on. My bit is still stuck in the belt tensioner, so you can kind of see it right there. No big deal. It's like 10 seconds. Sometimes your belt bit will stick in there, and then you'll hit it like that and it'll fall down in the fan shroud. But we have a successful recovery. Alright, one of the last things I'm going to do is remove those protective caps, and if you guys remember, they were just on here by hand. So I'm going to remove them. I'm going to use these new nuts. I'm going to put these lines on, and I'm going to see you for final assembly. Is all back together. I have the AC lines hooked up, and we are going to vacuum out. Pressure too high. Somebody didn't clear the hoses, so we're going to have to recover what is in the lines and bring it down to zero. The lines are empty, and we've already pulled it down into a vacuum, and I actually walked away, and it's been sitting here for about 10 minutes after I cleared the lines, and it pulled it into a vacuum. So like right now we're really ready to put it into a charge. Ready to charge diesel 6.7. We're taking 1.63 pounds. Look at that. That's where it all began, baby. So we come over to the AC machine, and we're going to hit charge, and we're going to charge the high side, and we're going to do 0.163 pounds, and we're going to start charging it right now. If it's holding a vacuum, we know all of our connections downstairs are going to be all right. Got this all situated and everything, but now we're purging air. This thing should be in charge mode momentarily. She's almost done. 1.63, we're at 1.50, almost. Charge complete, hit start to equalize hoses, Yeah, 1.63, don't overcharge it. All right, so we're gonna wait. All right, we just got confirmation. We'll take these off, and then we're gonna come over here and check operation. Disconnected. Can't forget your cappy doos. Caps on, caps on. All right, we have 108,751. Let's go ahead and command some AC. We have AC. Ooh, I just heard the compressor and the engine load change. Let's get this cranking, because she 100% humidity today. I don't know, does that sound like it feels cold? Is it on my face? Is it cold? Oh yeah, that feels cold to me, baby. Let's go look at that compressor. Make sure she's clicking. Make sure she's clicking right along. Oh yeah. She's engaged, fellas. Yeah, baby. Clicking on and off, just like it should. Let me know, everybody, if you have had to replace your AC compressor on your Ford Powerstroke. Remember, you want to define comfort not only in your home, but in your Powerstroke too. Remember to like, comment, sub, share, and I'll catch you guys all next time. See ya!